The number one thing that I keep telling everyone to focus on is crypto clarity. For specific reasons, obviously, in this video, we are going to be talking about them, really kind of addressing why it is such a big deal and why this will lead to XRP holders becoming not only extremely wealthy, but also this entire space changing in such a large way. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also, if you guys are not in the free Discord, what are you guys waiting for? There's over 6,000 plus members in that Discord. It is the number one crypto Discord out there, not only from the information that's in it, but also the people that are in there willing to help you every step of the way. So if you guys do want to join it, there's a link down in the description below. And with that being said, let's dive on in. So let's start off with institutions, right? Back in June of last year, institutions want crypto clarity before diving in. This has been the biggest obstacle. I'm sure that you guys are all aware of this at this point. We have here a quote: institutions need legal certainty. They need very clear and precise rules and an understanding of the law. Now, one thing that I feel as though everyone is getting wrong here is the fact that, all right, well, we need clarity, and then we need the institutions to actually build out products. We need the institutions to pick their winners. No. That's the difference here, okay? What have we been witnessing for the last couple years? We have been witnessing these institutions already having discussions with companies, working with companies, picking and choosing these companies, and also having use cases and products teed up. They're ready. All they are waiting for is the green light, which is clarity. That's why I say that once we have clarity, we are going to witness a massive change in this space. We have down here that institutional investors obviously cannot put money into an industry where there's no clarity as to whether an asset is a security versus a commodity, because there's a lot of consequences with respect to whether these assets can be traded in compliance with the law. And yes, certainty is one of the biggest problems right now around institutions really kind of going all in. Over here, we have institutional crypto adoption. The lack of regulatory clarity is a pain point. Again, this was from December of 2023. It is still a big problem because we don't actually have clarity. And it's been the number one thing that I have been really kind of looking into since around roughly 2020 to 2021, ever since we got the lawsuit against Ripple and XRP. It's been probably something that I have been more focused on now as we do kind of inch closer to 2025, as you guys are probably all aware of why. If you guys are not, it's okay. It's the FSB, right? The FSB has given us a timeline to follow. By the end of 2025, we should have some sort of regulatory framework to go off of, and it is a global harmonized framework. It's not just a US framework, it is a harmonized framework so that there's not fragmentation around regulation. But again, I've been more focused on regulation than ever before because this is pretty much the last step in the road that we need to take in order to finally realize everything to finally get past all of the nonsense in the space and realize in the utility bull run that will not slow down. It will not stop. It's basically going to be up only. Yes, there will still be some sell-offs in between, but for the most part, it is going to be up only because with proper utilization and with the efficiencies of some of these use cases, guess what? It's going to be non-stop money flowing in, trading 24/7, 365. Regulatory clarity will open the doors to also trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars flowing on chain in this space. It is going to look completely different versus what we see today. Now, building on top of this, here we have December 19th. This is a few big players. For an example, we have cryptocurrency firms may still be licking their wounds, but a slew of major financial companies, including JP Morgan, Chase & Co., HSBC, and Franklin Templeton, are flipping the switch on new systems built around blockchain, marking an acceleration into 2024. Confirmation that these big players have been ready. They are ready. They are building on some of these blockchains, and also these are new systems. Remember what this really is. This is new systems. And also, we have over here. This goes back 3 months ago. Okay. And the big thing to focus on here is the institutional adoption of crypto. Okay. There's a few things to look into if you really want to read all of this, like digital asset managers, temperature, use cases, things like that. But we're focused on the technology down here. A lot of speakers agreed that a lot of the technology and infrastructure for institutional adoption has now been built, which was an obstacle previously. The flip of the switch now depends on regulatory approval. There you have it. The flip of the switch now depends on regulatory approval because everything has been built, everything has been primed for regulatory approval. Everyone felt that when we are able to abstract from the technology, that's the point we'll be able to scale. From a technology perspective, multiple speakers mentioned us a lot of the infrastructure being ready in 2024. One large asset manager said, I asked my team to not say we'll do tokenization on blockchain, just focus on the business value. The technology should not get in the way. And yes, listen, I'm telling you guys, a tsunami is waiting on the other side of regulatory clarity. And it is not a bad tsunami. No, it is a tsunami of trillions of dollars. Massive amounts of scale as well, bringing in so many users without them realizing the tech. They don't even see it. This is the end goal, but we don't get there without that one obstacle in the road being cleared, which is regulatory approval or clarity. Now, also over here, I did recently talk about how institutions were celebrating the Ripple win against the SEC. They were already, prepared to say, that's it, Ripple won, we're good. And it is for a good certainty because if we really look at the appeal, the amount of money that Ripple has to pay, I do believe that we are getting past this case completely by the end of this year, before the end of this year, I should say as well. And at that point, everything within Ripple, everything around XRP, it's going to change fast. I'm telling you guys that now. Over here we have, from Subjective Views, Bart Stevens, founder and managing partner of Blockchain Capital, says that there are trillions of dollars waiting on the sidelines, waiting for clarity. He also noted that he was an early investor in Ripple. And listen, this is why I wanted to bring this up, because if we go back over here, Ripple does have clarity. They are about to have 100% certainty and clarity. What do you think happens after that point? We just talked about it, right? The real flip of the switch moment is just regulatory approval. If there is no scrutiny around Ripple and XRP, what do you think happens from an institutional perspective? Adoption, scale, trillions of dollars flowing on chain. I also think that this is why the Archix CEO said $30 to $50 trillion on the XRP ledger by the end of 2025. I feel as though he was looking at it from, when is this case going to be done? Well, it has to be done by this point. And what is it going to lead to? I feel as though that's exactly why he mentioned that. But check this out.
Regulations, because there is trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars on the sideline that's just waiting for some clarity. I sometimes go in and I'm pitching these very conservative organizations like a bank or a sovereign wealth fund, and they're like, well, Bart, why should we have any crypto at all? And I'm like, I think it's super irresponsible to have zero exposure. We're like, so let's talk about sizing of a portfolio, and if you want to buy Bitcoin, fine, or Ethereum, fine, or if you want to invest in one of our funds, that works too. But this is the fastest growing asset class in tech in history. If you want to look at Bitcoin or Ethereum and all the related companies like Kraken and Coinbase and Ripple and Anchorage and others, disclosure, I'm an investor in all those companies. It got first to $1 trillion, faster than Meta, faster than Google, faster than Apple, faster than Cisco. And this industry is here to stay. It's not going to be uninvented. It's global. And the United States is at risk of screwing it up with just overt, hostile regulatory approach. And I'm really grateful for Senator Lummis in the state of Wyoming, who's been a real pioneer here. Her staff in particular has done the work. But this has to be a bipartisan effort. It is not the job of unelected bureaucrats at three-letter agencies to pick winners and losers in technology. That's what the private sector is for. And that's what people like us that allocate capital do.
So there you guys have it. And again, he is 100% right on everything that he mentioned, even beyond the fact that there are trillions of dollars waiting on the sidelines. Clarity is going to unlock all of that capital. And in fact, I recently saw a great post by Smoke Dog, and we have, yes, banks have arrived to crypto, and they are ready to have an impact. The beginning of a great convergence. We are about to witness the convergence of cryptocurrencies and traditional finance in a major way. And here we have this image. I actually opened it over here so that we could zoom in on it real quick. And we have the beginning of a great collaboration. The convergence of crypto and traditional finance is underway. And they do mention this because of banks now really kind of collaborating with this space in a large way. We continue to see banks lining up. And by the way, as we really think about all of the big banks and all of the big players already pushing crypto, what they're not really doing is saying a specific name. They're not picking a specific name out of the hat and saying, hey, guess what? We're utilizing this tech. Most of the time, it's private Ethereum tech, and everyone's like, all right, well, there you go. It's Ethereum, it's Ethereum, it's Ethereum. It's not going to be Ethereum. It's not going to be Ethereum. It's not going to be Bitcoin. They're two of the biggest distractions. There's something that is so, in your face constantly that makes the typical retail investor say, all right, well, it has to be Bitcoin or Ethereum, even though it is just a distraction away from the real value. That's why we look at Hedera. That's why we look at Ripple and XRP. That's why we look at Stellar and XLM. We look at Quant and QNT. We look at all of these great utility projects that everyone just hates on because of price action. But at the end of the day, we're not in a utility market. So price does not even matter to me at this current moment in time, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But also over here, we have the era of institutional adoption is upon us 150 years ago. That is the last time a new asset class like cryptocurrency was introduced to the financial markets. Once in a multi-generational opportunity confirmed, sophisticated investors and ultra high net worth individuals are expecting 2024 to shift up in gears in the institutional adoption of digital assets. Major key. Yes, there are major indicators of an institutional avalanche imminent coming to the crypto market, as documented below. And here we actually have the era of institutional adoption is upon us. Digital assets are the first genuinely new asset class in the last 150 years. We expect 2024 to shift up gears in institutional adoption of digital assets, and here's why. And this is their prediction in terms of all of the big players. And we have, besides the above, we identified other key indicators reinforcing the odds of an institutional avalanche being imminent. Now, guess what? Call it clickbait, call it whatever you want. A institutional avalanche is imminent. Why is it imminent? Well, guess what? They've already prepared. They already have the use cases teed up. They already have the trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars that is an avalanche of money ready to pump into the space. People are still oblivious to what is happening right now in the space. Think about the real factor here. The real factor is the fact that as we look at these institutions, they're already here. They're already building. They have been building. Look at Ripple. 300, 500 plus institutions tied to their name since the early 2010s. Like if we go back to 2012, 2013, all the way up to about roughly 2017, 2018, Ripple was very transparent on their partners. Yes, it started to kind of, fade out. They started to be a little bit less transparent on their partners. I believe that this is due to NDAs and things like that. But massive amounts of institutions, they were already here then. Think about how many are here now. And think about how many are working with some of these names like, Ripple or even Hedera that we don't know about. This is why I say focus on the big picture. The institutions have been preparing for so long. All they are waiting for is the green light. There's going to be a lot of shakeouts along the way. But yes, I personally believe that there is an institutional avalanche that is imminent. All we have to wait for is those regulations to finally be greenlit and welcome in all of that capital, welcome in all of those institutions and all of the money behind them as well. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on for more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.